Okay, today we are going to do a presentation on types of business organization. Our group consists of
My name is Putri Salsabila.
My name is Salonami Faujana.
my name is Suci Rahmadani.
My name is Meggy Rizky Putri.
My name is Nisa Fauzia.
My name is Nur Suci Cahayani.
My name is Merni. My name is Nadia Febriani.
Definition of business. The definition of business organization is an organization that carries out economic activities and aims to generate profit. An example of a business organization is radio. Radio is called a business organization because its economic goal is to generate profit through the delivery of information and entertainment to the public.
Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna explain is about sole proprietorship. The definition is a type of business unit where one person is solely responsible for providing the capital and bearing the risk of enterprise and for the management of the business. And I'm going to explain about the merits of sole proprietorship, such as the first is easy to form and wind up, the second is direct motivation, the third is flexibility in operations, the fourth is maintenance of business secret, and the fifth is personal touch. And then I'm going to explain about the demerits of sole proprietorship, such as the first is limited resources, the second is lack of continuity, the third is unlimited liability, the fourth is not suitable for large-scale business, and the fifth is not possible for hired experts. So the sole proprietorship is suitable where the market is limited, localized, the customers give importance to personal attention, the capital requirement is small, the risk involved is limited, and suitable for the production of goods and services which involve manual skill. Conclusion is a sole proprietorship has only one owner. The sole proprietorship is merely an extension of its only owner, the sole proprietorship.
2. Partnership. There are 3 forms of partnership. 1. General partnership. 2. Limited partnership. And 3. Limited liability partnership. First, definition of general partnership. In a general partnership, all partners have unlimited liability of the firm. General partners have rights and liabilities similar to partners in a partnership. They manage the business of the limited partnership and have unlimited liability. A partnership has 2 or more owners called partners. The partners have the right to make all the management decisions for the business. In addition, all the profit of the business are shared by the partners. The partners assume personal liability for all the obligations of the business. Example, Terra Firma and Borneo Law Firm. Next, definition of limited partnership. In a limited partnership, 1 or more partners have unlimited liability and 1 or more partners have limited liability for the debts of the firm. Those with unlimited liability are general partners. Those with limited liability are limited partners. Limited partners are responsible for the debts of the partnership up the limit of their investment to the firm. Okay, the next definition of limited liability partnership. The limited liability partnership is an especially good form of business for professionals such as accountants, allowing them flexibility of management, while insulating them in part from personal liability. As more states adopt LLP status, the LLP will become the preferred form of business for professionals who do not incorporate. Example, CV Fajar Jaya and CV Prima Transnusa Makassar.
The third is corporation. Definition: a corporation is owned by shareholders who elect a board of directors to manage the business. Consequently, ownership and management of a corporation may be completely separate. A corporation has a life separate from its owners and its managers. When a shareholder or manager dies or otherwise leave the business, the corporation is not dissolved. For the example is Line and Trans Corporation.
Number 4, limited liability company. Definition:
Like a corporation, a limited liability company or LLC is a separate and distinct legal entity. This means that an LLC can get a tax identification number, open a bank account, and do business, all under its own name. One of the primary advantages of an LLC is that its owners called members have limited liability, meaning that under most circumstances they are not personally liable for the debts and liability. Example, Semen Indonesia and PT KAI.
5. Franchise. Franchising is agreement by which a franchise has the right to sell goods or service under a marketing plan prescribed in subshell part by a franchisor. Thus, when a franchise purchases a franchise, the franchisor buys a business opportunity, which the franchise may choose to operate to any form of business. For example, is Pizza Hut and McD.
Business organization in Indonesia. Indonesia law provides for 3 distinct types of partnership, as the basic legislation relating of partnership dates from the colonial period. These are still referred to by their Dutch name. 1. Individual company. 2. Firm. 3. Limited partnership. 4. Legal entity. 5. Limited liability. 6. Cooperative.
Conclusion. A type of business organization is an organization that carries out economic activity and aims to generate profit. There are sole proprietorship, general partnership, limited liability partnership, corporation, limited liability company, franchise. This time I will tell you about choosing the right types of business organization for you. Now that we gone through the advantage and disadvantage of each type of business organization, you should feel much more comfortable making your decision. Be sure to keep in mind that business organization laws and regulation will differ from state to state and will certainly have an impact on any structure you choose. Change is a constant in business. Even after settling on a form of business organization, things evolve and require you to adjust. You can resist your needs at any time and reorganize your company if you ever need to with the help of a lawyer and accountant. One type of business organization never fits all, but there is one that's just right for you. Okay, there are many ways to make your organizations more efficient, but I have listed 7 basic ways to help you reduce operating costs and improve focus on your customers. 1. Standardize forms and documents. Wherever possible, ensure that the different departments in your organization are using the same forms and documents and have them stored in a central repository for everyone to access electronically. The consistent use of documents will show professionalism to your internal and external stakeholders and will also reduce the administrative time used in developing a new form or template every time one is needed. 2. Use technology whenever possible. Email, web conference, and telephone are 3 simple and inexpensive ways to reach out to more customers, suppliers, and stakeholders without incurring significant travel or marketing expense. Transaction processing system or purchasing accounts payable reduce the amount of paper used, documents, and are sent electronically. These electronic processes are usually quicker and result in immediate value for the organization. 4. We can use common processes. Ensure that everyone in the organization is following the same process when doing the same thing. These processes should come from a central directive body and compliance should be monitored. Using common process ensure clarity with suppliers and customers and help to set a common expectation of service levels. 5. Document employee responsibilities and accountabilities. Everyone in the organization should know their role and their accountability towards the success of the company. Ambiguity in job description leads to duplicate work and important activities being missed. 6. Solicit employee, supplier and customer feedback. The best way to retain good employees is to have them involved in the development of the business. Customers know what they want better than anyone, and suppliers can tell you what their preferences are around billing, delivery, etc. If you are not soliciting feedback from these three groups and acting upon the feedback, then you are destined for failure. Okay, encourage taking educate risks. Without risks, there is generally little reward. So create a culture within your organization that encourages calculated risk. Give employees the freedom to make mistakes so that they can learn from them. But include a structure so that the organization learn from and improve on its mistakes. Okay, the last, repeat steps 1 until 6 constantly. Keep reviewing the way the business is run and make adjustments. Industries change, economies change, the global marketplace change, so your business needs to constantly review if it is doing everything it can to run efficiently and maximize the customer experience. Okay guys, that's all of our presentation. Thanks for your attention and
Thank you for watching.
Itu dia cerah. Rendang kalau saya bilang muter-muter ya. Muter.
Assalamualaikum aja.
Ya, sebentar aja.
Gila, Sal. Gila.
Sengaja kamu buat video ini di akhir-akhir ya. Sayang dibuang.
Sayang dibuang.
Satu.
Bilang sama.
Dia kayaknya lagi.
Aku yang lanjut, aku yang diam. Aku yang ngomong. Jadi saya selalu diam.
Nanti pas
Perkenalan ya.
Assalamualaikum aja.
Iya.